this meeting to order. This is the NISA School Board meeting. Today is July 13th, 2026. This is our regular session. First order of business is Pledge of Allegiance. And I think we have such a large group to choose from today. Sheena,
I know. She knew. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. The next item is adoption of the agenda. Are there any changes or amendments or additions to the agenda? Hearing none, we will adopt the agenda as presented. Next item, visiting patrons. No one volunteered, so I guess we don't have any visiting patrons today. We'll move on to reports then. Brian?
Perfect, thank you. Well, good evening, board members and members of the community. I'd like to begin by sharing some exciting news about our end of the year student achievement results. Last week at our study session, we dove into those and saw some really global data about student growth. And how excited I am at seeing the progress of our students, and that takes a lot of work by our administrators, district office, custodians, bus drivers, just everybody, and we're going to use that as our foundation as we go forward in next year's planning. We also have set our accountability targets for our Oregon's new accountability system, and so throughout the year, at least 3 times a year, I'll be reporting to the board and the community progress on that. And we'll use maps, we'll use SBAC and some other local assessments like 9th grade on-track graduation and that. So that'll be at least 3 times a year this year, and that goes with the new accountability measures. I'd also like to give a construction update. Last Monday, Mr. Melendez and Bryce Parker from Bennington Construction provided us some updates on the cafeteria and some other things. And just so everybody knows, the middle school parking lot, all the old asphalt's gone. The new asphalt is scheduled to be laid next week, and everything is on schedule. High school science classroom plumbing inspections have been completed and approved. Sheetrock installation, drywall next, with painting scheduled for next week. Other than window installation, we know we're a little behind it getting here, and so but other than that, it will not be interrupting class. And then the track, the remaining striping is still needing, and so they're working on finalizing a date, which will maybe next week at the earliest, but we've opened that up right now to everybody. Just know when that day that they're going to come stripe, we have to shut it down for that day, but we've opened up the track. I know Mr. Hartley was asking about that, so that is ready to go. The turf field, Wright Brothers are awaiting Shaw Sports to complete the warranty projects, and so that will be, as soon as we have a timeline on that, we'll let everybody know. So, cafeteria project, everything's been approved, we're good to go. I signed the AIA documents today. Playground, it's open, all of those things can be fixed. We put some lines out there to make it look a track. I took my kids down there this weekend, and we ran around there, so it was actually pretty fun. They're like, it's a real track now, and it's pretty cool. High school restrooms, we're waiting final cost estimates from CMB Construction, and then the bus garage lean-to, we have plans, and we're going to be moved forward as soon as we get the permits and everything obtained. And so overall, we continue to make several investments in our facilities while remaining focused on having everything ready for school, and which is about a month. And finally, I'd like to recognize the Chamber for all their work they did on Thunder Egg Days, which was pretty amazing. We love this community event, and it takes a lot of people to put that on, and the school district loves supporting that event, and we look forward to doing it again next year. And so, other than that, that is my report.
I have a question.
Yes.
The high school restrooms, you're waiting for construction?
Yeah.
But will it be done by the time school starts?
If it's not, they can do it while school's in session. And so what they're going to do is they put up a kind of barrier around that, and then so they should be able to go forward with it. So.
But they should start soon, or?
Yeah. Last time we had it, we were going forward with our, we had a construction company coming to do it, and then because some medical things they couldn't do it, and so we had to rebid it out, and so that's what put us behind on that. So, great question, thank you. Yes?
What are the warranty things on the turf that they've got to deal with?
So as is all turf, what happens in the winter, things settle, and you kind of get more rain and things like that, so what they do is they put more gravel and things like that to make sure it's leveled
They
out.
level it out.
Yeah, and I think you pointed out, I think on the 30-yard line, right, there was a little dip in there. So just things like that, which is pretty natural, so, good. Yep.
And I would assume that we can expect that happening virtually every winter.
Yeah, for a little while, yep. And
But
they'll
it's only
complete it.
under warranty this year?
So all of those things that kind of, because we didn't have the winter we thought we were going to have, they're going to extend that out and look at that. And so it should, hopefully this winter we get a little more snow and those things, and so it shouldn't really occur after we have that. So.
And just because I forgot, how long is our little track out there?
So the one by the playground, 5 laps is a mile.
Okay.
So, yep, 0.20.
Any other questions for Ryan?
I'm just kidding.
In that case, it's your turn, Kristen.
All right.
Thank you.
So tonight I have the pleasure of reporting our full and complete fiscal year 26 financials to you. The first report I always provide is our general fund. And so on the very first page, I always have our budget and then our year-to-date numbers. So you can see our year-to-date revenue was a little over $37,762,000, and we budgeted $37,074,000. So it came in a little bit higher than budgeted. And our expenditures for the entire year, after everything with our ending fund balance, we've budgeted $37,762,811. So if you flip to the next page, we'll break down the month of June, go over that. Our revenue for the month of June was a little over $79,000. We didn't receive a state school fund payment in June, but we did receive some taxes, interest from our LGIP account. I wanted to talk really briefly about fees charged to grants. That's that $34,000 amount. So every year we apply for an indirect rate from ODE, and last year our approved rate was 2.68%, and we can apply that rate to some grants, some federal grants, some state grants, and so I don't do that until the end of the year, and so that revenue this year brought in a little over $34,000. That is to help cover administrative expenses. A lot of my office, people that do the payroll for those grants, I'm doing the financials for the grants, so it just helps cover those expenses, managing those grants. Received some, our county school fund, obviously no state schools fund, but we did get a small state grant that came in the month of June, so that brought our revenue to $79,437. And now take a deep breath because our expenditures look absolutely crazy, but it is our most expensive month of the fiscal year. Our salaries and wages that we ran in June was a little over $1.7 million. Those payroll costs associated with that came to a little over $1.1 million. Purchase services, a little over $136,000. Supplies, materials, paid out a little over $186,000. Capital outlay, a little over $101. Our dues and fees, we managed to just stick with $633 for the month of June. And then let's talk about our inter-fund transfers. That's like a little over $4.9 million. So when our budget was adopted a year ago, in that adoption process, there were some transfers from the general fund to other funds outside the general fund. That included $50,000 to our turf replacement fund, $5,000 for our board scholarship fund. Our bus replacement fund, we transferred some money to that fund because we're going to purchase a new bus in fiscal year 27. And then the remaining food service, we had to transfer some money to get food service out of a deficit, which I'll talk about a little later. And then the remaining of that money was transferred to our facilities management fund, Fund 440, where we pay for our capital projects out of, and that was a little, I think it was $4.5 million in ended up being transferred. So after you take all of that away from all of our revenue this year, our ending fund balance was a little shy of 7.2 million, excuse me. And so as we know, our ending fund balance as of June 30th becomes our beginning fund balance on July 1st for the next fiscal year. And then of course we've already budgeted that all out, went through that process a month ago. So looking very well this year. Any questions on that? Following that report is our LGIP account. You can just see the balance as of June 30th, a little over 13 million. Things came in, county taxes, got some interest on that account. And then you can see a very large transfer to cover all of our expenses for the month of June. Following that is the report from the county. There's 2 reports this month. The first one is just the report for June numbers, and then the second report covers the entire fiscal year from 7/1 of 25 through June 30th of 26. Our next report is our middle school bond fund. We did pay out that $400,000 debt service payment on that account this month, and so it leaves our LGIP for our bond balance at $33,768. After that's just the account statement for our middle school bond LGIP account. You can see that balance is $43,000. Following that is just the report from the county on our June taxes that we received. And then the next report is the whole entire year that we've received on that account. And then following that is our food service operating statement. And so you can see our total revenue for the year was a little over 1.1 million, which matches our expenditures, a little over 1.1 million. And this second line down under year to date, that 193,489, that's what we had to transfer from the general fund this year to have that account break even. So our beginning fund balance for food service will start at 0 for fiscal year 27. After that is the approval of the bills report. The board had approved everything through June 4th last month, so I ran this report June 5th through the end of the fiscal year, June 30th. And it's a very large number. Again, it's our most expensive month. And then finally, our payroll report for the month of June. And that does include our payroll for summer school, our June payroll, our July and August payroll for our teachers.
Any questions for Crystal?
Also in the packet, I've provided, I believe it's under the consent agenda section, proposed budget calendar for fiscal year 28. I know it sounds crazy because we're just finishing 26, but I propose that every July. So if you have any feedback for me, please let me know. I will ask the board to approve or adopt that in February of 27. So just let me know if you have feedback on that. Maybe it's not in the consent agenda. I don't remember.
This
Put
is
it.
reports.
Okay. Don't write that
No, it's in the agenda, under your section.
down. Okay.
Just, yeah.
I got it right. Any questions?
And the auditors are here, so
Oh, yes.
tomorrow?
Yes, our auditors are here tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. So I've just been busy reconciling everything and getting ready for that process. It's the first week of a 2-week visit. They'll come back in October. So ready for that.
And you thought you would be bored this
No, I did not. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Be sure to look at that budget calendar so we can get back to Crystal and let her know if that will work for us. We'll now move on to the consent agenda. I sent in a change on the minutes from July 6th. Did you get that?
Yep, I fixed it in here.
Okay. Are there any comments on the consent agenda? Any questions?
Did we hear back from the attorney that we?
No. I will continue reaching out to him. I'll go to the office next. But
Any other questions? Do I hear a motion on the consent agenda?
I make a motion that we accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved by Susie and seconded by Donnie to accept the consent agenda as presented. Any questions? All those in favor? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda will be board report, budget committee vacancies. Have those been,
So as of June 30th, we had 3 budget committee members expire, and so applications and thank yous and applications have been sent to those 3 people. But we just need the board to set a deadline for those applications to be submitted, and so our suggestion would be July 31st by 5 p.m. They just submit them here at the district office. That will give us enough time to get them to the board so you can review them at the August work session. And then if we don't have enough applicants or you guys don't want to move forward, we can extend it out farther, but that's our recommendation based off our policy deadlines.
okay, is that satisfactory with board members? Do I hear a motion on that?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we, I'd like to set a deadline, correct? Put the deadline at July 31st, or applications for the budget committee.
Second?
It's been moved by Donnie and seconded by Maribel to set a deadline for the budget committee applications as being July 31st this year. All those in favor, signify by raising your hand. The motion carries. The next item on the board report is our work session meeting on August 3rd at 6 o'clock. I would hope that we would be all prepared to discuss some of our thoughts about where we're at, where we've been, where we're at, and the direction we would like to go. Superintendent Hawkins gave us a rather complex form, I thought, just to have an idea of what our thoughts, the board members' thoughts, and are as to the direction where we want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and a sort of direction. That would be a good idea. So anyway, Nick, did you get that from Ryan, or has Ryan?
I got some pictures from Mark, that's how I know.
oh, sure.
It's our homework, right?
Yep.
That are.
I just have some screenshots, a little bit of water on.
Spill.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll share those tonight, 2 years.
Okay,
Probably
are there,
less than
were there any questions about what we would like to do at our work session in August?
Just might mention the board kickoff on the 10th so that they can put it on.
Okay, go ahead and.
Well, on the 10th is the school district kickoff, and they like us to be there at 8 o'clock. So those of you that work might want to see if you can put it on your calendars.
check my work schedule then.
Me too.
Time is that?
8 o'clock on the 10th
Yep.
in the auditorium.
The morning?
Yes.
And of course, we will get a reminder about that.
Yep. Yeah, we will.
What is the 10th? Any other comments or concerns, questions? Any other thing that we need to discuss? In that case,
20 minutes,
this
22
meeting
seconds.
is adjourned.